Welcome to the best gambling show on the internet. This is the home of the money pick. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. NFL Week 13 over-under totals to bet. If you're looking for the Thanksgiving totals, I did a separate video on that. Check that out. It was uploaded Monday. Let's go reverse order. First game, Monday Night Football. We got the New York Giants at the New England Patriots. Over, under 46.5. I'm going to go over. It seems like Jackson Dart is going to start, and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing because we saw what Jameis Winston was able to generate. Also, you do worry, is Jackson Dart going to be cautious with his health? Are they going to run him? Is Kafka going to be cautious? That's my main question. And on the other side, we know this Giants defense is really bad. They can't stop the run, and they struggle to stop the pass, especially in third down situations. But you do wonder, the one thing the Giants do well is rush the passer. And the Patriots have injuries up front. I'm going to go over just because Drake May's been pumping points up, but there's very little science here. Next game, Sunday Night Football. We got the Denver Broncos at the Washington No Names. Over, under 43.5. I'm going to go under. You have one very good defense in the Broncos against a very bad defense in the Commanders. But the reason why I'm going to go under is, guys, I'm not sold on Mariota. I'm not sold on Bo Nix. And whether it be Jaden Daniels, which we know he's not playing, but whoever plays quarterback for the no-names, the Commanders in this game, I just don't like the way the offensive line has been playing. They haven't gotten that push in the run game, and these receivers aren't creating enough separation. So when you play against Denver, you know that's going to be at a premium. It's very hard to get open against that very, very good Denver secondary. I'm going to go under the 43.5 on Sunday Night Football. Next game, we got the Las Vegas Raiders at the Los Angeles Chargers. Over, under 41.5. Money, money, money. Money. I'm going to go under. And it does seem like the Chargers are getting healthier on defense, and I wonder, coming off a bye, do the Chargers offensively start a little bit slow? Divisional game, and I got respect for this Raiders defense. No defense in this league has been put in tougher positions, tougher game flow battles week in and week out. But my main gripe in this under, and the reason why it's a money pick, is because this Raiders offensive line can't block a lick. I mean, we can talk about the receiving core. We can talk about Geno Smith churning the ball over for fun. All of those are big issues that need to be addressed. But I don't think getting Chip Kelly out of there magically solves the problem. And we've already seen Greg Olsen come in as an interim offensive coordinator before. And no, it didn't solve much. I think this is his second stint as interim offensive coordinator for the Raiders. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm going to go under the 41.5. Next game, we got the Buffalo Bills at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Over, under 47.5. This is a tough one. There's no science here. I'm going to go under. I do think Pittsburgh will have a good pass rush this game, but we know Josh Allen can negate that. And obviously, this is a better matchup for the Bills than the Texans, especially when you look at the Steelers secondary. I think the Bills will put up points. I think the Bills will play their part. But also on the other side, you have a Steelers offense that does seem to be getting a little bit stagnant and figured out. Everything is underneath, and yes, we've seen the run game pop off in a few games this year, but guys, I can't say I'm loving it. I can't say I'm seeing much variation. Yes, they were able to put up points with Mason Rudolph against the Bears, but I just think this is a must-win game, a must-win dominant performance for the Bills. And like I said, I just feel like this Steelers offense is easy to game plan for. I'm going to go under the 47.5. Next game, we're going to Cleveland. We got the San Francisco 49ers at the Cleveland Browns, over under 36.5. Money, money, money. Borderline because it's so damn low. It is really, really low. And I know Purdy played tragically against the Carolina Panthers on Monday night, but we still have to give him his flowers. We still have to give Shanahan and an offense with Kittle, Jawan Jennings, C-Mac. We have to give them their flowers. But also, the weather's not going to be great this game. We're going to see precipitation. It's going to be cold. San Fran is traveling on a short week. I actually really like the Browns to cover this game the more the week goes on, but let's dive into this. Shedeur Sanders did show sparks, and we know this 49ers defense is banged up. They're playing with second, third stringers, guys called up from the XFL, UPS drivers, but I still think this is going to be a game with more punting than touchdowns, more 3 and outs than touchdowns and big plays. I'm going to go under the 36.5. Borderline money pick. Just be careful with it, guys, because this is about as low as they get. And we'll see what the weather is like when it's closer to Sunday, because I'm recording Wednesday night right now. Next game, we got the Atlanta Falcons at the New York Jets, over under 39.5. Money, money, money. I'm going to go under. I'm going to go under on this one, guys. And when I look at both of these offenses, I see two inconsistent offenses. And I think Bijan Robinson will have a big game, and I think he'll be the difference in this game. But I can't see the Falcons boat racing the Jets by any means, and I completely understand the people that think the Jets will win this game. The reason why I like the under is because I know one of these teams isn't going to be able to get the 20 points. We'll see on the status of Drake London. He'll probably miss another game. Darnell Mooney did look good at times, but still Kirk Cousins and a Jets defense that seems to be fighting. This Jets defense is finding solutions, and I know the Jets offense put up a fight against the Ravens defense, and credit to them. But guys, at a certain point, there are talent levels to this. I'm going to go under the 39.5 in Falcons Jets. Next game, we got the New Orleans Saints at the Miami Dolphins, over under 41.5. Guys, I'm going to go over. There is no science here because I don't know how Shuck's going to play. I do think the Dolphins get into the 20s, and I know a big part of this renaissance, this rejuvenation on offense for the Dolphins has been running the ball with Achane. He's getting those explosive plays, and they're using play action with Tua and creating way more separation for guys like Waddle. But guys, I don't know what we're going to see out of Shook. I'm not a Shook guy. He looked good against Carolina. Last week, he looked absolutely terrible against the Falcons. And also, I keep mentioning week in and week out, I don't trust the Saints offensive line to block, firstly, especially pass blocking. And I don't trust them. They even have the communication to pick up a blitz. I'm going over 41.5. Not a lot of science. Next game, we got the Los Angeles Rams at the Carolina Panthers, over under 45.5. Actually, let me dig this up because my handwriting is ineligible on this one. And I know you guys got mad. I know you guys got mad because I skipped over this game. Because It's a quick week, Thanksgiving. Let me just, because this was moving all day today. Okay, it was what I thought it was, 44.5. Guys, I'm going to go under. And I think this is going to be a lackadaisical Rams performance. I think they're going to come in and they're going to do just enough. I don't think they're going to try to blow the doors off the Panthers. And listen, I know the Panthers defense, J.C. Horn's going to miss this game. But this Panthers defense is fighting. I'm going under 44.5. I actually want nothing to do with this game at all, whether it be spread, totals, just want nothing to do with it after what we saw out of the Panthers. The Panthers offense against Atlanta looked great. We saw how bad it looked against the Saints. You just don't know what you're going to get. So it's tough to even take a side. I'm going to go under the 44.5. Next game, we got the Jacksonville Jags at the Tennessee Titans. Over, under 41.5. Guys, I'm going to go over. And Cam Ward is playing better. I'm not trying to say he's going to salvage this rookie season. But ever since the bye week, it seems like he's getting more comfort in the pocket. They're getting him outside of the pocket more on play action. And we're seeing a better Cam Ward because of that. And this is a Jags defense that is vulnerable. And I always question the Jags defense, not when they're playing at home in the Florida Heat. The time when I question them is when they're on the road. So I think the Titans can be a dance partner in this game. On the other side, I get it. What do the Titans do decent on defense? They can stop the run. But I do think the Jags will be able to generate a run game against them. And then it puts it on Lawrence's shoulders. But I got to tell you what, one thing that hasn't been talked about enough is just how bad this Titans secondary's been this year. I have a sneaky over 41.5 in Jags Titans. Next game, we got the Arizona Cardinals at the Tampa Bay Bucs. Over, under 44.5. Money, borderline. Guys, if it's Teddy Bridgewater, you got to bet the under. But even if it's Baker, you have to take a deep breath and you have to seriously think about it. I'm worried about this Bucs offense. And I'm worried about the protection. I'm worried about Baker Mayfield's injury. I'm worried about Teddy Bridgewater. Remember when everyone used to say, oh, all Teddy Bridgewater, all Teddy Two Gloves does is cover. Guys, that was an anomaly with the Saints and the Vikings because they had great defenses. But on the other side, I just think this Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense is in an Alamo situation. The season's on the line. I mean, they've managed to almost choke away a big lead in the NFC South. We were talking about the Bucs maybe being first, second, third seed in the NFC just 4 or 5 weeks ago, and they completely fell off a cliff. The offense is struggling, and the defense has been struggling, but one thing the defense can do, they can get pressure on Jacoby Brissett, and they can bother him. The only wild card here is Marvin Harrison Jr. should be coming back. I'm going to go under the 44.5 in Cards Bucs. When you don't know who's playing quarterback, it makes it tough to really pull the trigger. Next game, we got the Houston Texans at the Indianapolis Colts. Over, under 44.5. Guys, I'm going to go over. But there is very, very little science here. Because the Colts defense, with adding Sauce Gardner and getting Tre'Davious Ward back, is a pretty formidable unit. But I think this game comes down to the last drive, and when you have really, really close games, they tend to push towards over. And I've been critical of Daniel Jones, and I've been a little bit critical of Shane Steichen. But I do think Jonathan Taylor gets enough going on the ground, and Daniel Jones will be able to throw it a little bit. But on the other side, I see a Houston Texans team that is finally finding a little bit of formula. Maybe Stroud being on the bench that benched those games due to the concussion kind of help because the offensive line is playing better. That's not saying an awful lot, but more importantly, the offensive line has been able to run it and create crevices where we're seeing Woody marks emerge. And we have to remember, this Texans offense has a lot of good playmakers. Nico Collins, you got younger wide receivers coming up the ranks. Like, I think there will be points on this. I don't want anyone to bet the over because we know the Texans have the best defense in the league, but I got this going just slightly above the 44.5. Next game, Black Friday, we got the Chicago Bears, the Bears at the Philadelphia Eagles, over under 44.5. Guys, I'm going to go under, and I don't trust the Bears defense, but I don't trust the Eagles offense. And I wish I had more science for you than that. I don't know if the Eagles are going to be able to throw the ball. And a big part of this Bears renaissance on offense, yes, Caleb Williams has been playing better. I completely agree. But a big part of it has been DeAndre Swift running. And he's been running really, really well. So when I look at this game, man, there's just too many unknowns for me to pick the total, especially with the way both offenses can get taken out of their game. You can take Caleb Williams out of the game if the run game's not working, and Jalen Hurts, he can get out of rhythm. Lane Johnson isn't walking through that door. We're not seeing the same Saquon Barkley. I lean under the 44.5. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you share the videos. The best gambling show on the internet. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Thank you, guys.